this idea, the base
Euronews reporter Wolfgang Spindler spoke to the exiled Iranian filmmaker of Kurdish ethnicity Bahman Ghobadi. The director speaks about making movies in Iran, his latest offering Rhino Season, and his hopes for the future of his country.
Hello, Mr. Ghobadi. Welcome on Euronews.
Thank you so much.
Your last movie, Rhino Season, is your first film you made after you left Iran. How was it working for the first time outside your homeland? Was it more a feeling of lost in translation, or was it more a feeling of relief?
Firstly, I didn't leave Iran. They forced me out of the country. It's very difficult to make a film in a country without knowing the language or culture. So this film reflects my feelings since I left Iran. In other words, it's a very personal piece of art.
During the Cannes Film Festival, I had your colleague Ashraf Hardy for an interview. For him, the problem of censorship and restrictions in Iran is not only something coming from the authorities or the ruling system. Some of this censorship is also within the filmmakers, without them being aware. What is your opinion?
What I always say about censorship is that we have become worse than the state. It's automatic. Yet we don't want censorship. But the constant pressure on us by the regime forces you into it. One becomes like a convict on death row. They treat you so badly that you decide to kill yourself. Iran is like a condemned man who has been shot, but the bullet misses his heart. Yet Iran is seriously injured. We must help this country rise again.
چند جای بدنش زخمی و افتاده و باید اینو دوباره بلندش کرد.
When you finally left the country, that must have been like a big stone falling off your heart.
Yeah.
It's been that way for 3 or 4 years. I feel there's a hand smothering me, trying to strangle me. The film has helped me get over it. Now I can breathe a little better.
این سنگینی رو از من بخش بزرگی از این سنگینی رو از رو دوش من برداشت. الان نفس راحت‌تری میکشم.
You once said you hate cinema, but in the end it became your profession. What does it mean to you being a film director? And what do you see as your mission? What is powering you? What makes you to go on?
نمیدونم یه انرژی در من هست که
I'm not sure exactly, but there's an energy that comes from my childhood. More specifically, childhood memories. This blows me away and helps me make films. This energy comes from my country and my culture, the people and the Kurdish misfortune throughout the ages, and the insecurity which weighs heavy in that part of the world. All this led me to make movies. It's true I've never really loved film or theatre because the situation is difficult. Conditions are not ideal for a filmmaker. I could never film in peace in Iran. I have never just sat in a chair and said, "Camera, action." I've never had such a chair.
راحت فیلم ساخته. هیچ وقت یادم نمیاد صندلی داشته باشم و نشسته باشم و یک شات بگیرم. هیچ وقت نداشتم اینو. هیچ وقت نداشتم صندلی که روش بشینم دو اینجا باشه بگم اکشن. never. هیچ وقت.
Yeah, but cinema is also important. It's telling stories, it's giving a portrait about your country. It's a window also to the world, what is going on in Iran. It's about Iranian issue. It's also important to see and to make and to produce Iranian movies.
I know, and this is why I continue on my way. Film and cameras are effective weapons. Most of the time I don't carry firearms. But now I am armed and use this to defend my homeland. I also try to reflect my country's history and its people to the wider world. I live in a country where you need permission to even think. The authorities want to know what you are thinking and what are your plans for the future as a filmmaker. They even want to know what subject you're writing about. Once the script is ready, the government makes you wait for months, years, for permission to film. And then finally, they allow you to film. Then you have to put up with state security agents while you are filming your sequences. Then when you've made the film, you need a permit to distribute it and to put it on screen. Then you need permission to send the film to festivals. There's a lot of fear and panic. You feel strangled. All this is great fun for a filmmaker.
We had the Arab Spring, which turned some of the Arab states upside down. So far, there was no Persian Spring which was warm enough to change the temperatures in Iran decisively. Is there still hope for a wind of change?
Not a Persian Spring, an Iranian Spring, because Iran is not Persian. Persians are a small part. Iran means the Kurds, the Baluch, Arabs, Azeris. When the different ethnic groups rise, the Iranian Spring will be stronger than in 2009. But I have the impression that there was a resolve to suppress this popular movement both domestically and in the wider world. I believe in the Iranian Spring, and the Kurds, Azeris, Baluch will rise soon. I hope that the regime itself decides to concede and hands back human rights to all our citizens and all ethnic groups in my country.
Mr.
Ghobadi, thank you very much for taking time for me.
Thank you. Thank you too.
And good luck for your project.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.